But welcome back to another initial meet video pre-match on Liverpool versus Everton, which is tomorrow's midday kickoff, the early kickoff. Never back the early kickoff if you are into that type of stuff. Except this one, because I feel like this has got all the makings of probably one of the best Merseyside derbies to date. Because you've got a Liverpool team who are scoring freely but cannot defend, and then you've got an Everton team who seem to be doing very well with their signings and whatnot. So this Merseyside derby could actually shape up to be one of the best ones that we've ever had. I know like form doesn't actually matter when it comes to a Merseyside derby, but you look at both of these teams and they're doing pretty well in the league. Like Everton, for their own standards, are doing very well. Obviously, they've got Jack Grealish, who's actually performing unreal at the moment. And I knew when they signed him that he was going to do bits, but I didn't expect him to do bits as like to the levels he's doing right now. But their whole team seems to be firing, and it seems to be, going well for them at the moment. I mean, I think the Liverpool game probably does come at the wrong time for them because I think it could, like ruin their flow because I think Liverpool at the moment just seem to be getting the job done. It doesn't matter how bad we perform on the day, we just seem to be getting the job done. And I think tomorrow is another day where we get the job done. And you're probably looking at me saying the game could be going either way, and the game could like be very tight and be the best Merseyside derby. And then you're looking at my score prediction of it being 3-0 to Liverpool, and you just have to like, how are you saying 3-0? And then just let me explain myself. Let me explain. You know what I mean? I think when it comes to big games, Liverpool tend to defend very well, and it was evident in the Arsenal game. We defended very well, and then we got the job done going the other direction. And I think tomorrow is another inkling of that, where I think we do the same thing. I think we'll defend and cancel out as much as Everton's attack as possible. I mean, if Everton were to get a goal, I still think Liverpool scored 3. And I think the full-time result will be 3-1. I'm edging between 3-0 and 3-1. Like I think it'll be one or the other. I mean, I've been wrong on all my other predictions so far this season, so like, don't call me out on it. Don't take my word for it. But I think the game was going to be end to end. I've put Bradley in that right back. I think Frimpong will start. I think Robertson keeps his spot. I think Virgil Konate are a mainstay. Midfield, I think Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, and Wirtz will be all 3. I think McAllister still is going to be on the bench. I think he's still recovering from his injury. He needs some more like time to himself before he gets like he cements back into the front lineup. I think Salah, Gakpo, Isak will be our front 3. I think Isak is going to be probably the main starter now. I wish again my worry is on Ekitike, and I hope it doesn't like damage his like mentality and confidence going forward. But I think Isak does start tomorrow because like I said on the Atletico Madrid game, I think if Isak does get a goal in one of these 2 games, I think he'll do bits for his confidence. And he didn't look bad against Atletico Madrid, but I don't know what fans were expecting of him because he hadn't played much this whole season anyway. So like going into that game was going to be a big ask. But he looked lively. He looked like he was off for it. So I think he does start tomorrow. If I'm being honest, I probably would have wanted Ekitike to start, but having Ekitike as a bench option isn't the worst. But as I said before, that's an £80 million striker that you got as a rotation player. Like it makes no sense to me because I genuinely thought when we signed Ekitike, that was it. We weren't going back for Isak, but the problem isn't really at the top. Like, yeah, Arnie's got a bit of a selection dilemma with Isak and Ekitike, and then you obviously got Rio and Gamoas, you've got the Chiesas. The problems are around our defense, where Kirkes just doesn't seem to have adapted well to our Liverpool system. Virgil is doing what Virgil can do, and he's trying to be the best centre-back in the world, and he's doing as much as he can. It's just his centre-back pairing partner of Konate is very hit and miss at the moment, and I don't like it. Like against Arsenal, he was very clean and crisp, and I thought, you know what, that's the Konate I'm used to seeing. And then it goes, it's like a purple patch. It goes up, and he continues for another game, and then Atletico Madrid happens. I'm not singling him out. I don't think he was the single worst player of that team. And I'm not saying he was very, very bad, but if you look at our team and how our team performed that day, I think the weakest link was probably Konate because Allison had no chance on both of the goals. Konate could have stepped in for that Lorente first goal, but he didn't. And I understand some of the reasoning, like it was in the penalty area and he didn't want to concede a penalty. But it's very bad for our defense to have one good centre back and the other one's just not ready. It brings me flashbacks of when the whole Trent situation. Like Trent was underperforming on the pitch because he had loads of like crap going on the side about the whole, Real Madrid deal. And I think Konate at the moment is slipping down that same route because he's not decided on what his future is. I don't know if Liverpool have made contract offers. I don't know if he's got contract offers from other clubs, but I know that is not going to help. And once the fans start getting behind that, once the fans start understanding and realizing what's happening, they're going to get on his ass, and it's going to dampen his performances even more. And I don't want to get it. I don't want to get his performance even worse than what they are right now because, as I said, he is our mainstay defender. We do have cover. We have like the Joe Gomez's and we got Giovanni Leone, but we haven't seen much of them this season. Joe Gomez has appeared right back a little bit. Um, and no doubt next week in the Carabao Cup, we'll see more of Joe Gomez and Leone. But for tomorrow, it is going to be Virgil and Konate, and they're going to have to be on point and ready to combat this Everton front line who seem to be, up for it. And it's a Merseyside derby. The whole Everton team is going to be up for it, and this Liverpool team needs to be up for it as well. Wirtz is another one. I saw a little bit more glimpses of him in the Atletico Madrid that made me happy because, like I said, I didn't expect him to adapt fully, and it's looking like he's struggling to adapt, but he is trying to. I think there was one moment in the Atletico Madrid game that made me feel like we have a good player on our hands, and it was the moment where Gravenberch, I think, slid him through, and he took it around the keeper. Just Frimpong couldn't get a shot on the way. But there is glimpses of Wirtz like showing his showing level of football that we signed and we paid all that money for. And if tomorrow he can make another moment click, then you know what, he's slowly winning the fans over, because yeah, he's not scoring goals or getting the assists that we probably assume from him. But you gotta think he played in a position at Leverkusen that Liverpool kind of didn't have in our lineup anyways. We're sort of making space and shifting a few players around here and there to sort of fit Wirtz into our system. So the whole Liverpool team is adjusting to the new system, and Wirtz is having to sort of figure out what he can do and what he can't do on this place as well. So it's a position change and whatnot. And then you got the front lineup of Gakpo, Isak, and Salah. And a lot of people shit on Salah, but Salah, again, Atletico Madrid, he showed what he's capable of. Like, he's not going to be the levels. I think everyone needs to sort of erase the mentality and memory of the Salah we had when we had with Sadio Mane and Firmino, because the Salah we have this season is a lot different. He was a lot. The Salah we had last season with Diaz and Firmino was a lot different. The last season was Diaz and Gakpo, sorry, and Jota. And the season before was Diaz and Firmino, or I don't know. I don't know the order of it. But every season we've had new sort of attackers, and he's had to adapt his game towards that. And now that we've got actual goal scorers, clinical goal scorers in Isak and Ekitike, I feel like Salah's game will change a lot more again. So we're just having to adjust and adapt to the situation. And let this, I mean, as I said, we're the only team who have won every game in the Premier League so far. And I don't think our performances have been anywhere near to the best we can. So to be able to win whilst we're not at our best is an amazing sign. And I think going into games like tomorrow, I feel like it could benefit because we're just needing one little system. We just need the system to click one little bit, and then we go forward from it. So tomorrow, I am calling it as a 3-0 Liverpool win, or maybe a 3-1 if Everton were to get a goal. I think Everton, if they were to get a goal, they are the first team to score the goal, and then Liverpool do take over. But the worry I have is if we go 2-0 up, are we going to let that 2-0 lead slip again? Because we've done it against Newcastle, we've done it against Bournemouth, and now we've done it at Atletico Madrid. Like, you're as a team coming to play against Liverpool, you if you go 2-0 down, you're sort of thinking, yeah, they can't defend. We still got a chance in this game. And it's not the mentality you want to be like giving to opposition, because you should really be wanting the team to be deflated at 2-0, because 2-0 is a dodgy scoreline. If the other team do get one back, then yeah, they're right back in it. But 2-0 is I mean, Liverpool just need to go and get more. If we get 2-0 up, we don't need to sit back, and that's the problem. we sit back and then it punishes us in the end. But as always, I'm calling it a 3-1. I'll be live on this on the Purple over on the other Purple app. So if you want to watch my live reactions, I'll be live from about midday. Kickoff is at 12:30. I will be posting my post-match reactions as well. If you haven't already liked the video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and leave your comments down below, and I'll get back to you guys. Have a good one, and let's hope the weekend starts off with a banger. Peace.